Hello and happy new moon in Scorpio. My name is Allison and I am the self-proclaimed priestess of Wonderland, and I am here to wish you a happy new moon in Scorpio with this pick a card reading. Really interesting things coming up for a lot of us, a lot of movement. But I will go into more detail about the new moon in Scorpio at the end of the readings. For now, I will just have you sit and contemplate on which pile you would like to choose for your reading. Just pick one that kind of jumps out at you. It can be the candle color you're attracted to, or just for some reason one of the piles is you find you are drawn to. So the first pile here is number 1, and it goes with the yellow candle. Then in the center we have pile number 2 with the purple candle. And then pile number 3 at the end, and that is a teal and an aqua color. So you may choose to pause the video to see which one you're drawn to. If not, we'll just jump straight into the readings. By selecting one of the timestamps below, it will take you directly to the pile of your choosing, along with the 4th timestamp being the closing statement. Hello, group 1. If you chose the yellow candle here, I'm just going to light that for you now. Then this reading is for you for the new moon in Scorpio for November 2021. We've got a cat playing in the background. It's rainy and cozy. I don't know why it always happens when I'm filming pick a card readings, but I kind of like it. So let's jump into it. We have a couple oracle cards for you, as well as some tarot. And the progression of these spreads worked out kind of interesting for the Scorpio new moon. So the first one we have here is the 5 of Pentacles, the Magician, and the 8 of Pentacles. So what was interesting is normally I have them all lined up in a line, but felt called to lay them out in like a reverse triangle sort of pattern. So that is the thing that's kind of interesting about these readings for the Scorpio moon. And we have the star in reverse next to the Knight of Pentacles. And then down at the point of the triangle, we have the Queen of Cups. So the reason I think that this is interesting is because there's almost like 2 paths or 2 directions that you can take, and then there's a center line that remain constant. So on the first path, we have the 5 of Pentacles, which is a card that talks about financial hardship, feeling left out. Because it's Pentacles, it usually does kind of tend to be with that like physical, tangible sort of things, and you're feeling left out in the cold. This then leads to the reversed star, which is a feeling of depression, lack of enthusiasm for life. The star upright is about rejuvenation and balance. It's a very bright and positive card. So in reverse, it's not allowing the light to shine through, the light of the star that is within you to shine through. So now this other side of the path here is the 8 of Pentacles, which is a card that symbolizes very hard work, specifically in a physical, tangible. This is the Pentacles again. So it's usually like physical, tangible work, something that you're working to make money on. along with the Knight of Pentacles. Now, the Knight of Pentacles, the Knights in general are about movement. So this is moving forward with a business, financial project. So the two paths that we have here are financial hardship and depression, or hard work and steady movement towards abundance. In the center of all this, now how do we they're all going to end up at the Queen of Cups, which the Queen of Cups is very confident in how she feels. She's very nurturing, loving, and caring. And she's in control of her emotions. She's not in this star position anymore where she's overwhelmed and depressed. She's not feeling down on her luck anymore. She's in control. So the way that we get on this more positive path to the Queen of Cups is by being the magician, using your new moon intentions on allowing and accepting this dark side of yourself, but wielding all of your tools, wielding the pentacles, the cups, the swords, and the wand, wielding all of the tools, using all of the tools that you have within to combat depression and anxiety, wielding the tools that you've learned. It could be breath work, it could be meditation medication that you have learned helps with your depression or anxiety, asking for help when you need it, breath work, meditation, yoga, exercise, something that allows and acknowledges this dark side of your soul, which is what Scorpio energy brings up for us, so that you're able to continue to work hard and move steady towards your goals. The magician takes all of those different aspects of ourselves and uses it towards manifestation and abundance and production. Mastering all of the different aspects of yourself, mastering all of the different tools that you have within you to continue to grow and expand, and to end up being this Queen of Cups just sitting in her throne. So, the Odin of the Nine Realms Oracle card that we got is Heimdall. I looked up how to pronounce it before, and now my mind just went blank. I believe it's Heimdall. So Heimdall has his trumpet, and he is warning you. I believe the tradition goes that he warns Asgard of not Armageddon. What am I? Let's just look at the book. I was planning on looking at the book anyways. Heimdall, his keyword is protection. So he is warning you and he's protecting you. And he's going to sit right in the middle here with the magician. He warns Asgard of the danger by blowing his horn. So I think Heimdall is just here to remind you to be wary of when you get down in the dumps and down into this dark side of yourself, which is very possibly going to come up with the new moon in Scorpio, because that's what Scorpio does. It shines a light on our shadow. And he's just warning you that when that happens, to refocus, use all of your tools to combat that darkness, or embrace and accept that darkness, or heal. This could even be writing in a journal. I mean, this looks like writing in a journal to me. Using whatever tools that you have or that you have built, or learning a new tool that helps you combat that. This is a warning, and just to be wary about it. But he is here to protect you. He guards the magical pathway between heaven and earth. And these are two very distinct pathways here. And it's like he's sitting at the middle with the magician to just kind of warn you when you start to lean a little bit more this way. He's going to warn you to wait. Let's focus on work. Let's go slow and steady. Let's take control of our emotions. When he blows his trumpet, the sound travels through the 9 realms. His message is a warning. What do you see, hear, and feel that has alerted you? Pay attention to what you are feeling right now. Trust your intuition, listen to your gut, and remember that Heimdall is here to protect you. Our chakra card for group number 1 is solar power. Look to the sun. Allow its glorious light to radiate from your entire body. Let this warmth rise from the core of you, propelling and empowering you with every step you take. When you attune to the wisdom of the sun, you will understand that whatever you seek and long for can be yours. Magician is the manifestation card. Whatever you seek and long for can be yours. All that you seek awaits you, says the sun. This is a solar plexus card. The crystal is pyrite and the herb is anise. And we chose the yellow candle for you to work with the solar plexus energy, to work with confidence. You've got a lot of pentacle energy here too, which the pentacles just kind of looks like a bright yellow sun. I know it's like gold and meant to look like money, but a lot of solar plexus energy here for you. So definitely set intentions around keeping your self-care intact, staying alert, remembering that the gods, the angels are on your side. Ask for their help when you need it, and readjust your crown if you're feeling down. Where's my crown? Readjust your crown if you're feeling down. And remember that you are the Queen of Cups and you deserve to manifest what you desire on this new moon in Scorpio. Thank you so much. Let me know if this reading resonated with you. Come join us at the end where I will do a closing statement talking more about the new moon in Scorpio and how all the readings combined. Don't forget to pre-order your Just a Phase Moon Planner, and I'll see you again. Come check me out on Twitch. If not, I'll see you again here on YouTube. Thank you so much for your support. Hello, group 2. If you chose the purple candle here, I'm going to light that for you now. Then this is your reading for the new moon in Scorpio for November 2021. Every time I say the date, I just get blown away that we're here. Here we are. So we've got a couple of oracle cards for you. Put those aside. And we're starting off with the tarot cards. So the layout of the readings ended up being really interesting and so fitting for a new moon in Scorpio. So let's just jump into it. So the first one we have here is the Knight of Wands. In the center we have the Three of Cups. On the other end we have the Queen of Swords. Then we have Death, the Seven of Swords, and Strength. So the layout is interesting here because I believe it is representing two different aspects of yourself, whether it's shadow and light, or just like two different versions of yourself, or two different paths. For you, I feel like this is kind of like two different sides to yourself. Whereas group 1 was more two different paths. So the first side of ourself here, we have the Knight of Wands, who is creative and passionate. He's ready to move forward with new and exciting things. And then on the other side, we have the Queen of Swords, who has been through a lot of hardship, but she's learned her lessons from the hardship. She takes no bullshit. She's very strong and confident. So these are two different personalities, I guess you could say. One of them is like fiery and passionate, and the other one is a little bit more stern and strict and a little hesitant to move forward with the passion, whereas the Knight of Wands is like encouraging it. So with the Knight of Wands, we also have Death. Now, Death is the card of, in this particular reading, I feel like this is about shedding an old part of yourself and letting go of it. This is the energy that the new moon in Scorpio brings to the surface. It brings our shadow to light, helps us acknowledge it, heal it, move on, or stuff it down a little bit further, and then it's going to pop back up again at a later time and whenever we're ready to heal it again. So I think the Knight of Wands is really passionate about shedding this cycle, shedding this skin, and moving on into this new way of being. The Queen of Wands, on the other hand, is a little hesitant about it because she's been through some shit and she doesn't trust anybody, and that leads us to this seven of swords that is really kind of like sneaky and mischievous and like doesn't let their guard down because you think everybody's like gonna stab you in the back. So these two different energies are like one is holding you back, one of them is pushing you to move forward. And then we have the Strength at the bottom. So this Scorpio new moon is you're wanting to set intentions about finding the strength within, to finding this creative passion within, allowing yourself to let go, being strong enough to say goodbye, being strong enough to shed the skin, to allow the death of that part of yourself to fall away, and be strong enough to do it. And the fun thing about this reading is that at the top here, we have the Three of Cups. And I was really getting the feeling with this reading that these are your spirit guides, like cheering you on, like celebrating with you, like, yeah, we did it. We pushed through that hard thing. And so did the Queen of Swords. She got you through that hard thing, but her time was getting you through it. It's the King of Wands' turn to help reignite that passion within you. So your spirit guides are here celebrating with you, like, yeah. And then again, this will also, like, these two are on top of each other. This is also going to lead to the Strength. So setting intentions around saying, yes, thank you, Queen of Swords. You got us through that shit, but I'm here to ride this horse with this lion. All right. So the Odin and the Nine Realms card that we got one of the Nine Realms, which is Hell. And before you get scared about it, let's read what the book has to say. The realm of Hell is located under one of the three roots of Yggdrasil, which is the tree of life. The goddess of Hell is one of Loki's children. She was thrown from, blah, blah, blah. How did she get there? In many ways, this realm infers a different concept of the afterlife. In pre-Christian times, the Vikings viewed the hereafter as a continuation of life. There is still life after death. The Norse did not have a concept of hell ruled by Satan and filled with rotting corpses. Instead, they believed in a great hall where dead people eat, drink, fight, and sleep. If you have drawn this card, do not be afraid. Rather, see this as an offering, a new way for you to perceive death and dying. The Hell card indicates that you have moved forward and gained insight into life and death, seeing death as a transition to another world and way of being. I'm going to say that again. Seeing death as a transition to another world and another way of being. There is freedom in this card. You are now able to walk throughout the 9 realms. Very fitting for this reading, I think. And then our chakra card is Spirit Team, which I feel like goes with I feel like they're just like, yeah. Open yourself to the spiritual realms. Your angels and guides have so much to share with you. As you move forward on your sacred path, visualize beings of light as your ever-present companions. When you feel afraid or unsure of your next steps, call upon your angels and guides for help. Speak your needs out loud or write them down using your awakened voice to illuminate what you desire. Your personal spirit team stands ready to support you. This is a crown chakra card. Up here, crystal is purple fluorite and the herb is pink lotus. I also chose the purple candle for you for the crown chakra. And I am very happy for you. I'm right here. I can see your spirit team cheering you on. I'm cheering you on too. Just remember that. Thank you, Queen of Swords, for getting us through that. We don't have to be sneaky and with our guard up and mischievous anymore. We can be strong. We can be passionate and run towards our dreams like the Knight of Wands does. And remember that there is life after death. You will become this new version of yourself. So setting intentions around connecting with your spirit team during this dark time of the year. We're still in Scorpio season. We only just passed the Day of the Dead. And it's like on the Day of the Dead, October 31st, November 1st, this is when it's the strongest, but it's still gradually like that was the peak. So now we're over the mountain and we're going down the hill. Just as we were ascending, it's at its strongest. Now it's descending, but it's not just going to disappear all at once. The day after the Day of the Dead is still like right there, very close to the veil. So celebrating with your spirit team, setting intentions around just allowing this duality within us, acknowledging it and saying, okay, this is my dark side, this is my light side. How do we put them together and be at peace with it? So I wish you a very happy new moon in Scorpio. Come check us out on Twitch where we're doing live readings. Order your Just a Phase Moon Planner. I'm so excited for 2022. I hope you are too. And stick around at the end for the closing statement if you're interested. If not, I'll see you again on YouTube either next month or a little before then. Thanks so much for your... Hello, group 3. If you chose this aqua teal candle, I'm just going to light that for you now. Then this is your reading for the new moon in Scorpio for November 2021. So we have got some oracle cards, just a few. These readings were very quick and direct. So oracle cards there. I'll move your candle over. And let's jump into it. So we have Temperance, the Knight of Swords, the Four of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles, the Hermit, and the Queen of Swords. So the layouts for the readings today were really kind of interesting and I think fit perfectly with the new moon in Scorpio because in a way we're kind of looking at two different paths or two different sides of ourselves. Specifically with you or with this group in this particular reading, I feel like it's more different paths that you can take because I feel like you're coming in very strongly as either this Queen of Swords energy, which is she's very confident and wise. She's often strict, takes no bullshit kind of energy. She's been through some shit and she's just like, this is who I am, this is what we're doing, and she knows what she wants. And or you're also coming through as this Knight of Swords. So you're coming through as a swords type of person, which is the element of air, and has to do with wisdom, knowing what you want, mental intellect, that sort of thing. The Knight of Swords is the knights are always going to be taking action on things. So this is mental activity. It can be overthinking, but just really quick thinking, quick on your feet. Maybe jumping into things too quickly, like without pausing to stop and think about them really quickly. But anyways, you're coming through as lots of mental activity, a wise person kind of energy, air type of energy. Now the two paths that we have here is that you're being called to slow down. This Knight of Swords energy is moving too quickly, and you might be acting on things without thinking about them clearly. Now the Queen of Swords does have a little bit more of that grounded energy. She's more of a master of her wisdom, versus the Knight is all about just like moving. This is the idea. This is what we're doing, and like moving through it quickly. But I think that one of these paths is going to lead to that Queen of Swords energy throughout this moon cycle, possibly for you. So setting intentions around slowing down, and this can happen in two ways or like a blend of these two. Over here on the left side, we have the Temperance. Now this particular image of Temperance is Alice choosing between which side of the mushroom she wants to eat off of. Does she want to grow taller, or does she want to be smaller? And she's trying to kind of balance out that energy and figure out what is the right amount for her to eat to be to get to her goal, to get to this Queen of Swords. So this path will lead by finding peace and balance, slowing down a little bit, thinking about things, making that decision, like she's physically balancing these thoughts out instead of acting on them too quickly. And the Seven of Pentacles is the same thing. You've painted these red roses already, but now you're just kind of taking a step back, reevaluating things, looking at the work that you've done, looking at the progress that you've made, but just pausing for a little bit to admire it instead of just moving on to the next thing too quickly. On the other hand, we have this Four of Wands energy, which this is about homecoming, celebration. It's very grounded and stable energy with the four. And a lot of times it does have to do with wedding, celebration, that sort of thing. But this image in particular, we're sitting and we're having a picnic. When was the last time we had a picnic? So this again is asking you to slow down a little bit, and it's also combined with the Hermit. Now it's interesting that the Hermit is going to show up with the Knight of Swords, because the Hermit in this particular deck is depicted by the White Knight in the Alice in Wonderland stories. So it's kind of interesting that it has very knight-like movement for a Hermit, whereas the Hermit card is typically going within, finding the light within yourself, lighting the way for others. So a little bit more movement in this path compared to the other one. So this might be a little bit easier for you if you are the person like the Knight of Swords that is very quick moving and needs to continually do things. So stopping to take a picnic, but also maybe like going on a hike first, burning off some of that energy. So then we move into our oracle card, and this is so fascinating to me that this came up. This is Hugin and Munnin. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. This is a new deck for me. So these are Odin's ravens. And I'm going to read some information from the book about that because I thought it was very fitting for this reading. So interesting. Hugin and Munnin are Odin's ravens, and they play a significant role in the 9 realms. Hugin represents thought, and Munnin represents mind and mystery. And I feel like this is represented with this Knight of Swords and the Queen of Swords here. I feel like there is this definite like duality happening here. Odin is known as the Raven God and relies on his helpers to bring him news each morning of the 9 realms. He sends them out before dawn, and they return by breakfast with all the latest news. The birds whisper what they learn into Odin's ear. Drawing this card indicates that it is time to look around and notice what's going on in your world, which I feel like is depicted in this image right here. To look around and notice what's going on in your world beyond your private concerns. Trust your intellect and your memory. They are serving you well at this time. So you are the Queen of Swords, and you have the intellect and the confidence. You don't need to be moving so quickly like this Knight of Swords is anymore. Often we are focused on the day-to-day tasks and not aware of the greater picture. While we're concerned with putting food on the table, the enemy is at the gate. Hugin and Munnin are giving you this important message so that you pay attention to what is happening. So they are going to be your Knight of Swords energy. They're going to be bringing you that information. You don't have to be going out and thinking about it all the time and getting that information for yourself. It's time for you to slow down, sit in your throne for a little bit and let the information come to you. Your chakra card is receptivity. When someone shares their truth, you listen. Open channels for divine wisdom to flow both toward you and through you. Not sure what that was interesting. That little box just popped up. Open channels for divine wisdom. Maybe that was divine wisdom that was coming through for us. Open channels for divine wisdom to flow both towards you and through you. Something or someone seeks your attention right now. Remember that even animal spirit allies can be messengers of wisdom. Crows. So maybe look out for crows or ravens coming out to you. Spirit animal allies can be messengers of wisdom from the higher dimensions. Be open to the messages as they come in whatever form, and ask for clarity if needed as you integrate what you receive. This is a throat chakra card. The crystal is angelite and the herb is elderberry. I chose the aqua card for you, candle for you, number one, because I'm out of blue. But also, I thought it was fitting because aqua is kind of like green and blue mixed together. So I thought that was very throat chakra energy as well as heart. So instead of being stuck up here in the mental activity, the crown and the third eye, coming down a little bit to your throat chakra and also to your heart chakra, green and blue, balancing those two. That could even be represented here in this temperance card again, balancing the throat chakra and the heart chakra. Integrating that wisdom, pausing a little bit, taking time to see and hear the goings on around you, if there's any messages from animal spirits, so that you can just sit in your throne like the queen that you are. Let's get another, I think, let's get our crowns on, queens, and sit in their throne. So if you'd like to stay tuned toward this end for a wrap up of all of the readings, please comment below if these readings resonated with you. Check out the Just a Phase 2022 Moon Planner is for sale. hang out with me on Twitch. That's what one of those boxes just appeared, because I use the same screen for Twitch. I don't know, something magical just happened over on Twitch. You'll have to go find out what that we have card packs that you can buy. So someone must have just purchased a card pack. So hang out with me on Twitch. We do free readings over there. It's a lot of fun. It's live. We can interact with each other. Just Phase Moon Planner's on sale. Hang out at the end to see how all the readings wrapped up together and a little bit more about the new moon in Scorpio. And I just really appreciate your support, and thank you so much for being here. We'll see you next time. Hello, and thank you for staying towards the end of the readings. I am just going to read a little bit from the Just a Phase Moon Planner in regards to the new moon in Scorpio. So we are in the middle of shadow season, so this time of year asks us to look within ourselves to find something that's hidden, and to figure out a way to uncover it. And it could be through communicating with your guides, your ancestors, learning a new divination practice, exploring your intuition or your psychic gifts. In the readings this evening, there were definitely like two sides and two paths to all of the different readings. It could be like one side, the duality of yourself, the shadow and the light, or simply just two paths that are still going to lead to the same thing. This can also mean discovering things that make us uncomfortable. When something triggers a negative response in you, this is a good time to explore why and uncover the truth so that you can heal it and then not have that same trigger or reaction anymore. These dark parts of you still deserve to be loved and nurtured. Unlocking the things that are hidden within can open up to new possibilities you never would have dreamed possible. Scorpio is magnetic and has a way of luring desires from deep within. What do you truly desire at a core level? Use this new moon to begin magnetizing your intentions into being. So when we release things from ourselves, we release the shadow, we let go, we shed skin, we're making room for more things to come in. So in the Just Phase Moon Planner, we're working with crystals this month to help us deal with the energy flow of shedding and releasing. So if you're interested in purchasing for 2022, it is available, and 2021 is available as a PDF file now. If you can print it or just use it on your computer or your iPad or something like that. So one really big thing about all of the readings today was that there were nights in every pile. I think I may have mixed up these two nights, but anyways, the only night we didn't have was the King, or the Knight of Cups. So we had the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, and the Knight of Swords. So this tells us that there is going to be some movement this next moon cycle, and that's probably because all the planets have shifted into direct, whereas before, with everything retrograde, we were feeling stuck and not able to move. So this next moon cycle is definitely going to have some movement for a lot of us. I chose the Odin of the 9 Realms because it's a new deck to me and I'm really excited to use it. But I feel like November is a continuation of Samhain, or Halloween, All Hallows Eve, the Day of the Dead. So this is still a time when the veil is thin and we are able to connect with the other side, connect with our ancestors, connect with the spirit realm. So that is why I chose this deck, and I think that they were very fitting for all the readings. Working with the chakras and the candle colors will really help you visualize and focus on these things that you're trying to manifest. I really loved the readings today. I mean, I think the big part of it was the duality aspect, the light and the shadow. These two paths will lead to the same destination, and that there's definitely going to be movement. Oh yeah, we had queens too. Two of the groups had the Queen of Swords, and then we also had the Queen of Cups come up. I had already put the cards back, so I wasn't sure where they all were. And this makes me feel like we are going to get a point that we are going to be able to move confidently in the direction of our dreams. Do you recognize that quote? Move confidently in the direction of our dreams and live the life that we've imagined. We are feeling more confident in ourselves. Look at them just holding up, this is who I am, and I'm proud of it. Oh yeah, let me put my crown back on. I keep taking it off. Readjust your crown. Sit in your throne, because you're worth it. All aspects of yourself are worth it. So I hope you have a happy new moon in Scorpio. Please comment below if you resonate. Candle links are going to be below. Planners linked below. Come hang out with me on Twitch where we do live readings and we talk to each other and we hang out and it's fun. What else do I have to tell you? I have some exciting news coming up, but I'm not ready to release it, so you'll just have to wait. Thank you so much for your support. Seriously, seriously, seriously. I appreciate you so much. Have a happy new moon.